Good afternoon, Professor. Today, my team and I would like to talk about our Colombian company. In this case, it is Industrias Postobón S.A. So, Postobón was founded in October 11 of 1904 by Gabriel Posada and Valerio Tobón in Medellin. It's probably the largest soda company that nowadays exists in Colombia, and we are talking about national companies, of course. Postobón quickly became popular in Colombia due to the challenge for other international companies to get into the Colombian market. Through the years, Postobón started expanding its industries across the country, launching several products. The first, and probably one of the most known ones, was Cola Champaña. And with the past of the years, it has also introduced beverages that have taken part of our childhoods and probably our entire lifestyles. Now, if we talk about the location of the company, we have to mention that the main headquarters of Postobón are in Medellin, but Postobón has many other franchises and headquarters across the country, for example, in Bogotá or in the coast of it. Finally, I would like to talk about the products that this company offers. So, Postobón offers a wide range of beverages, primarily known for its carbonated soft drinks and fruit juices. The most common ones could be uva Postobón, manzana Postobón, ponimalta, colombiana, beverages that probably represent what our country is.
So now, let's talk about the biggest rivals that Postobón has had throughout its history. First, the Coca-Cola Company, which is a leading multinational beverage corporation founded in 1892 and headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia. Its flagship product, the Coke, was invented in 1886 by pharmacist John Steve Pemberton. Its products are sold in more than 200 countries and territories, with over 2.2 billion servings enjoyed daily worldwide. The company offers more than 200 brands and thousands of beverages, including soft drinks like Coca-Cola, Sprite, Fanta, water like Dasani, Smart Water, juices like Minute Maid or Del Valle, sports drinks like Powerade, and teas, coffees, plant-based beverages, etc. Its business model is based on producing concentrate, which is sold to licensed bottlers who manufacture, distribute, and sell the finished products. As for their workforce, together with its bottling partners, Coca-Cola employs over 700,000 people globally. When it comes to brand value, Coca-Cola consistently ranks among the world's most valuable brands, and it is a cultural icon. Lastly, the company is committed to sustainable practices, including water replenishment, packaging recycling, and reducing sugar in its drinks. Next company is PepsiCo. This is one of the largest food and beverage companies, headquartered in Purchase, New York. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It was formed in 1965 by the merger of Pepsi-Cola Company and Frito-Lay Inc. Their products are enjoyed more than 1 billion times a day in over 200 countries and territories. The company owns a diverse range of brands across beverages and snacks, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Gatorade, Tropicana, Quaker, Oats, and Frito-Lay. This multinational operates through seven divisions, with 3 in North America and 4 internationally. The original Pepsi-Cola was created in 1898 by Caleb Brandman, a pharmacist in North Carolina, aiming to compete with Coca-Cola. Of course, Postobón not only had these two companies as rivals, it also had the Age Group, the creators of Big Cola, and Bavaria, if you will, Bavaria and even Colanta or Nutresa. But we only have time to cover these two. As for the next part, we are now going to dive into the key challenges that Postobón faced. It is worth saying it was founded in 1904 during a period of severe economic hardship in Colombia following the devastating Thousand Days War. The country faced widespread hunger and poverty during these days, which posed significant challenges for any new business trying to establish itself in such a difficult environment. Despite this, Postobón managed to grow from a small factory with limited distribution. Initially, it was on foot, on mule, and wooden carts, to a national leader by innovating in distribution and sales strategies. Furthermore, in its early decades, the company faced the challenge of reaching a geographically diverse and infrastructure poor country. The company had to develop one of the most extensive and efficient distribution networks in Latin America, evolving from manual and animal-based transport to a modern fleet of trucks. This was critical to ensure product availability across urban and rural areas in Colombia, including remote regions. What we are going to cover next is the international experience that Postobón has had throughout its existence. And let's start by saying that Postobón has established an international presence through direct exports and strategic commercial agreements with third-party distributors. This company currently participates in 26 countries across the Americas, Europe, and Oceania. Key export and distribution markets include North America with the United States, Canada, and Mexico, Central America with Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, and Panama, Caribbean with Aruba and Curacao, South America with Ecuador and Chile, and Europe with Spain, France, Italy, Switzerland, Germany, Portugal, and Czech Republic, and Oceania with Australia. According to recent trade data, Postobón has exported shipments primarily to the United States. The exported products fall under beverage-related categories, which typically include soft drinks and related beverages. The main buyers in the US market have been companies such as The Eight Continent Inc. and Apollo Export Warehouse. As for the imports, according to recent trade data also, in the last 5 years, Postobón registered imports totaling approximately $460 million, while its exports amounted to about $48.5 million over the same period. This means the value of imports are 9 times higher than that of the exports. The main imports include raw materials and inputs for production, such as PET resin. I'm not going to try and pronounce that completely. And these come primarily from countries like China, Guatemala, Mexico, the United States, and Spain. In contrast, exports mainly are soft drinks and related beverages, and they are at a much lower value and volume than is primary imports.
Okay, now we are going to talk about the future of Postobón. Postobón, as one of the Colombia's largest beverage companies, has a strong market position in the country due to its broad portfolio, like soft drinks, bottled water, juices and energy drinks, and deep distribution network. The future of the company appears promising,
but it also faces key challenges and opportunities. In terms of opportunities, have a health and wellness trends, export and international expansion, and sustainability and circular economy. Now, in the challenges, one of the most challenges to the company needs to change is the economic instability or inflation in Colombia affecting production cost and consumer purchasing power, and the increased competition for multinational brands and local startups offering healthier or more niche products. So the conclusion is Postobón's growth will depend on how well it adapts to changing consumer habits, global sustainability standards, and regional expansion. Now, if it continues to innovate while leveraging its strong local brand and lead the beverage industry not only in Colombia but across Latin America. Now, in we are going to talk about the sustainable. In terms of sustainability, Postobón has made sustainability a core part of business strategy. As a leading beverage company in Colombia, it recognizes its environmental and social responsibilities. If we talk about the environmental responsibility, Postobón invests in efficient water use and protection of water sources. It uses treatment and reuse systems and supports water conservation programs in local communities. Now, if we talk about social responsibility, we have examples like inclusive projects. The inclusive projects talk about the company runs programs that support rural development, education, entrepreneurship, and gender equality. Now, in sustainable suppliers, Postobón encourages sustainability throughout its supply chain, promoting fair trade and environmental responsibility among its suppliers. That in terms of sustainable of the company. Now, we have other term to talk about is the benefits of sports sponsorship for Postobón and its partners. Postobón has been a key player in sport sponsorship in Colombia, and its partnership with teams like Atlético Nacional is part of a well-structured strategy. Now, we make a question: what benefits does Postobón gain? One benefit is the brand visibility and positioning. By sponsoring popular clubs like Atlético Nacional, Postobón gets a strong media exposure, jerseys, stadium ads, TV coverage, and social media, which boost brand recognition across the country. Now, the other benefit is the market expansion. Sponsorship helps reach a new audience, particularly youth and local communities that are deeply engaged with football. And the last benefit is the sales and marketing activations. Postobón use sporting events as platforms to promote new products, run promotions, and drive sales. That's the benefits. Now, what does Postobón offer to the clubs or Colombian sports in return? The first is the financial support. Significant investments that helps clubs improve their facilities, like sign players and invest youth academies. The best example is this season of Nacional. Now, because Nacional signed like players like Morelos, Cardona, and the in youth academies, because the Academy of Nacional is one of the best or the best academy in Colombia. Okay, next we have the product and logistical support. Postobón providing beverage, promotional materials, and event support. Now, the last is the promotion and media exposure. Postobón helps to promote the club or sports events throughout its marketing campaigns and media presence. That's it.